Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys, brand new podcast.
Hey, wait a minute. It's my podcast.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you know me. Who's down with OPP? You know what OPP stands for?
Optimus Prime's
Persecution.
OPP, Optimus Prime Persecution. That's what you think it is?
Yes.
OPP. It stands for other people's property
Oh, I thought it was other people's problems.
or other people's PUSSY.
Oh.
It's really other people's property.
What about other people's poop?
Other people's poop? You think that'd be a good one? How about other people's pooch? Other people's potamus? I don't know. It stands for other people's property.
Why do you have the pillow on your stomach?
Because she's comfortable. Why do you worry about it?
Because I thought she was throwing it at me for a second.
No.
I got scared.
Why are we here today? Do you know?
No.
You don't?
No.
Can you guess?
No. George, we can.
No guesses?
Bali,
Bali and
Australia.
yeah, why don't you talk about our trip? So everybody saw all our Instagram pictures. What'd you think about Bali?
Hot.
It was hot.
No AC.
No AC.
There's AC.
Where was there no AC in your
The
world
first
in
one.
Bali?
The first one. When we walked outside to get the ice cream, we had to go so much stairs up.
What?
And
Are
then you
talking
two
about-
left me and Dad at the hotel with our ice cream.
No.
No.
So let's explain.
Can you pull that mic up to your mouth?
The first hotel.
You backed your head up as soon as you pulled it. You need to be closer.
Oh, listen to the expert over there.
No, because she went like this.
Uh-huh. So we flew into Bali. It was a long flight, right? How long was it? Well, first we flew into Hong Kong, right?
Mm-hmm. It was 15 hours, right?
Yeah, it was 15 hours. It was long.
And then there's 3 more hours on the other flight.
4 more hours to Bali. We had a 3-hour layover between the two flights. What do you think about that?
Didn't we eat at like an Irish restaurant there?
Yes, we ate at an Irish pub in Hong Kong.
Very fitting.
Very fitting, right? Very dad. It was the only place that was serving beer. You know
Your
that's
eyes
why.
aren't blue.
Yeah, obviously.
What's wrong?
You don't have blue eyes.
I know I don't have blue eyes.
It's a picture.
But
she also doesn't have pink hair.
I don't have pink hair.
Or
I would look
orange
really good with blue eyes though, wouldn't I? I would look like supermodel. Now I just look like meh, meh.
You get contacts.
I didn't know. Have you ever seen a brown-eyed person with blue-eyed contacts? It's freaky. They look like they're possessed.
Oh,
I want to do that.
my friend has that, but she has green contacts,
Oh.
and it's freaky. 'Cause,
Right?
Like, they look fake.
They do, don't they? They don't look real.
This
They're
other
not
girl,
for reals.
this other girl also has white contacts.
Ew.
She wore them to school one day. She wore one white contact
Why?
because she's dumb.
But why did she have white contacts at all?
I don't know.
Stupid. That's
It's
why.
pretty funny.
It's not
That's
stupid,
goofy.
It's smart.
Okay. A total of about 20 hours door to door, right? Was anybody tired?
Yes.
No.
Exhausted?
You're a liar, Ila.
Isla didn't sleep at all. Well, no, Isla did sleep. I went back. Okay, Georgia and Isla were in premium economy, but I got upgraded to business class with Dad. So we had like the lay flat seats where you could lay flat. So we bought an economy seat for me, and because Dad has so many miles, they could upgrade one person. So we had planned on rotating. So I would sleep for a little bit, go back, and Georgia or Isla would sleep in my bed, and I would be in economy with you guys. But I went back there to switch, and you were both already asleep. So I didn't want to wake you up to move you because Georgia was asleep sitting straight up with her mouth wide open.
Stop it.
And Isla had curled into a complete ball in her seat. I don't even know how she did it. It was like she was a roly-poly.
You know,
just
she
rolled
kicked me
herself
in that ball. I was asleep, and then I woke up because she kicked me. Like, she poked her leg out of the ball and kicked me.
She did.
And then I shoved her leg back in the ball, and then she went.
It's okay. I slept with her one night on this trip, and she punched me in the face twice. Literal balled up fist punched me, and like she was fighting somebody, like 2 punches in a row, like this, bam, bam. And then a few minutes later, I turned over, obviously, to protect myself. She punched me in the back. So I don't know who you were punching. You were ninja.
Oh shoot! It's smeared on my pants.
Okay, so
Whatever.
finally, Georgia did switch and sleep in the bed in business class, but it was a long journey, wasn't it?
Mhm.
So when we got there, do you remember the city, the first city we stayed in?
Yeah, got lost.
We got massively lost.
No, I
yes.
don't remember. What
Our
it's
taxi
called.
driver got really, really lost. It was called Uluwatu,
That's what it's called.
and we stayed at a resort called the Six Senses. What'd you think about that resort?
It was really nice. And it wasn't really for Bali though.
It wasn't really for Bali?
Yeah, it didn't look like it would be in Bali.
Like it looked
No.
like it would be in Malibu.
No, it didn't. It overlooked the ocean. So really all you saw of Bali was the ocean.
Which was nice.
It was nice.
They had the best ice cream there.
They did.
And then it was really good.
And everybody that stayed there got free ice cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free ice cream from noon to
Isla
4.
took advantage of that.
Yeah, she did. She did. It had beautiful views and really nice accommodations.
And a lot of
But we were
steps.
kind of isolated, right?
Yeah.
We were off.
Then Isla got scared and had me sleep next to the window
Oh, really?
because she thought
No,
someone was
I
going to
slept
break.
next
No,
to the
she slept
window.
next to the window.
Oh, she didn't.
Yes,
Yes,
she
I
did,
did.
because she piled all the pillows up between the window and
Oh
her
yeah,
bed.
and then we switched.
Oh yeah. Like
'Cause she got-
convenient.
Scared of the bathroom or something because she there was an outdoor shower.
And someone was going
And
to come
she
through
thought
the outdoor
somebody was
shower.
going to jump the fence, go into the shower, and come and kill us. And she's like, Georgia, I'm sacrificing you. You can go first.
Yeah, I was gonna say she put you in as the line of defense. Right?
Yeah, so
We'll
she,
definitely take you.
then
It's like an
so
escape.
we had this really long fight about switching beds because I didn't want to switch bed because every single hotel we go to, I end up letting her pick the bed, and then I have to switch for her because she's scared that someone's gonna murder her. So she was sleeping next to the window, and Mom left, and like 10 minutes later, Isla got out of bed and took all the cushions off the chairs,
Off the couch.
off
in
the
living
couch,
room.
off the couch from your room,
Yep.
off the bed, and she piled them up in like the space between her bed and the window. And I said, Isla, what are you doing? She's like, I'm barricading myself. Hopefully they'll trip over the pillows and give me a warning.
Oh my god.
I was like, Isla, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get murdered. She was like, just in case. So it took her about 10 minutes to build this barricade, and then she couldn't get comfortable in her bed. So she ripped all the sheets off and curled up.
They were only at my elbow, and I needed them to be on my ear.
Boy, they tucked those sheets in tight in Bali. In every hotel we were in, they were just, you couldn't pull yeah, I know what you mean. They were all tucked really tight,
Yeah,
right?
and I couldn't sleep well with that. I need my ear to be covered. If a fly gets in it, there's no way it's going to get out.
You got some serious
You're paranoid.
fears for bedtime, right?
I have a lot of fears.
You have a lot of fears.
Yeah.
So the next morning we got up and went
Skiing.
You're wrong.
skiing. What trip are you on? We're not in Park City.
Did we go to the monkey jungle?
Nope.
No, we went to the snow.
Isla, try again.
Snorkeling.
Yes, we went snorkeling. We went to Sanur and got on a boat and went snorkeling.
Everything looked kind of dead though.
No.
What do you mean everything
Except for
looked
the
dead?
starfish.
What?
Nothing was
Everything
dead.
looked dead.
Nothing looked
That's
dead.
what coral looks like.
It's what coral looks like. It's
Dead?
a coral reef. Nothing looked dead.
No,
You'd know
It
if
was
were dead.
gray and brown.
Oh, you are such a Debbie Downer. It
I
was
thought
beautiful.
it was beautiful, but I was like, wait, is this all dead?
Oh my god.
The only thing it didn't look like was a starfish.
The starfish were like cobalt blue.
Yeah, I
They
know.
were so
They didn't
beautiful.
look
and
dead.
we saw a turtle.
Yeah, we saw a turtle.
Yeah, it was a big one.
And a shark.
Yeah,
We
yes,
didn't
and a
see shark.
submarine.
We didn't see a shark.
No, it was darker than that.
It was like brown.
It was like
Crazy.
brown
No,
and gray.
It looked amazing.
And I was
It
like,
was
it's gonna
brown,
die.
but it was good brown.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
Well,
good
I
brown.
thought it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. You know what's kind of funny though?
What?
My friend caught a shark
Who?
at the beach.
Who?
Jackson,
Oh yeah.
he caught a shark and it was a baby and I got scared.
Oh my god.
So I didn't want to go snorkeling, but I didn't say anything.
Oh my goodness.
He caught it with his hands.
In Bali?
No, in California.
Then what are you worried about?
I don't know.
You're at least a
I was just
15-hour
worried.
flight away from that baby shark.
I was just worried. It
Uh-huh.
was like the sharks come back for revenge because our last names are almost the same.
They are close.
He was like, "Oh, just kill his sister."
So,
Make her
did we
sad.
like the snorkeling trip?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The turtle was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was
I really
cool.
like the submarine.
You like the submarine? Yeah, right. The fakey make-believe.
He made brave.
Okay, so we stayed in Uluwatu that night, right?
Mhm.
And then the next morning we drove to
It's right there. the place. What is it?
Try again.
I don't remember. Is it the monkey jungle or was
It's
it?
where the monkey sacred forest, the
Abood?
sacred monkey forest was.
Abood.
In Abood. That's right.
Yes. I'm. Oh.
Yeah, and
Abood.
didn't the monkey steal a lady's purse?
He did.
And then another monkey attacked somebody's head.
And another monkey, well, we saw 2 people leaving with bites on their arms. I don't
Yeah.
know how they happened. We didn't witness the biting. We just saw that there was a bite on an arm.
It was
or
the
2.
children. I bet you it was their kids.
Huh?
It was the people's kids.
Oh,
I
you
bet
think
that
the
bit them
kids,
on the
but
arm.
maybe. But so we go to Abood and we go to this place called the Kamandalu Resort. Remember?
No, Mom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at Kamandalu.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about the ice cream.
You just said it was the best ice cream.
Yeah, but
We
not
don't need
the
to talk about it any
stairs.
farther.
What about the stairs?
So you guys,
Remember how they went ice cream and then we took the golf cart up to the main lobby and then Dad started he was drenched in sweat coming back up from ice cream and he was like,
Yeah.
this wasn't worth it.
that
this
was
wasn't worth it.
mean.
And then his
Oh.
rocky
Just
road was all
mean.
melted and he said, Georgia, eat this. And I said, no, it looks like poop.
yes,
And then he
I
got mad
remember.
that I didn't eat it.
Stealing my thunder.
Who's stealing thunder?
He told my story.
She told your story.
You poor baby.
Well, I don't think anybody understood that story. The story was we were checking out and Ila wanted ice cream. So Ila and Dad went down. There were a lot of stairs in this place because it was on a cliff. So Dad and Georgia went down.
Isla.
Dad and Ila went down and got ice cream, and Georgia and Mom rode in the golf cart up with our luggage to check out.
I carried
Which
your
means the
luggage.
golf cart was up with us. So Dad and Ila had to walk up the stairs. And Dad and up and stairs
It's not
and
a good
humidity are not a
combination.
good combination. So Dad was soaking wet with sweat for our 2-hour ride to Abood in the car, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that car was nice.
It was a very nice car. I guess the middle passenger seats reclined.
No, you know what happened?
What?
I was sitting in the way back, and the bags, they were slippery, and they kept falling on me.
Okay,
So I had to keep
that's
blocking
true.
it. And they'd keep falling, and then I'd get crushed, and then I'd move it. And Dad was like, Georgia, what are you doing to our bags? And I said, I'm not doing anything. It's the road. And Isla just kept looking back and laughing at me. It's like, okay.
Once again, you're persecuted.
I know.
Persecuted with the bed situation, persecuted
I'm
with the bags in the
persecuted
back
general,
seat.
just because I'm blonde.
Oh my God. It's just terrible. I hate to think how many years you're going to spend in therapy, Georgia.
I know.
Years and years. So, okay, back to Abood. We went to Kamandalu, which was a beautiful resort, right? And we had 2 villas in its own little compound, right?
Wait, what?
The houses, remember? With
Oh,
the nets
yeah.
around the bed?
I like the nets.
You like the mosquito nets?
Yeah.
So every bed had its own mosquito net, right?
I like those.
So George and Ida had a villa that was 2 twin beds and a bathroom and an outdoor shower. And Dad and I had a villa that was a king-size bed and a bathroom and an outdoor shower. And they were up off the ground. They were like elevated. And underneath our house was like a dining room. And
What was
then
underneath our house?
no, I don't
Nothing.
know what was under your house. Nothing. And then we had our own little private pool, and we looked out over the jungle. And then it had like a bed on a platform with a roof that had mosquito netting all around it that you could lay out by the pool. And it was really, really, really inexpensive. I was surprised.
It has stairs.
It had stairs, yes. It was also on a hill. There were stairs there too. There was a lot of sweating happening in Abood.
From one person in general.
Well, from all 4 of us.
For
I
all
can
4 of us,
safely
but there
say.
was a main sweater. And then there were the 3 of us.
There was a main producer of sweat.
He produced enough sweat for each of us.
Was he also the main complainer?
Yeah.
You think so? The main, oh my God, it's so hot. Oh my God, I had to go up this hill one more time. Let's do an impression of Dad. What do you think?
Leanne, do I need to change my shirt?
I need a cocktail.
Do I need to change my shirt? Do I need to change my shirt? You don't know what you're talking about.
Are there any stains on this shirt? Any stains on this shirt? That's what he asked me constantly.
I think I need to grab another shirt.
You see any stains on this shirt, Leanne? Any stains on this shirt? Because does he ever drop food on himself?
Yes. All the time.
Like every meal?
Like, I turn around and he has more food on himself than on the plate.
I know. I had a dream once that we got kicked out of somewhere because he had covered the floor with crumbs.
He did do that. Didn't he have? We were all eating and under his chair were just a pile of crumbs.
It was bad. It's like being married to Pigpen from the Peanuts.
Oh.
Okay, so first day in Abood, we go to the Sacred Monkey Forest. What did
then
we
we go
think about
shopping.
the sacred? What did we think about the
Sorry.
Sacred Monkey Forest?
It was funny.
Was it funny? Why?
Because, well, I saw a bunch of baby monkeys and they were all really cute. And then some of the monkeys were just really stupid.
Why were they
Then there
stupid?
was like
I
the
don't know.
macho monkey.
The macho monkey?
Yeah, he has like a scar on his armpit.
How did you on his armpit? How
Yeah.
did you see his armpit?
No, he was
trying
like
to bite
walking,
himself.
and it was like he was like next to his armpit, and I guess he attacked other people
Yeah.
before. That's what the
Do
guy
you remember
said.
that, Mom?
Yeah, I do.
That
I'm
he was
just-
like,
He was heavy duty, right?
yeah.
Apparently, he had just recently impregnated several monkey mamas.
Yeah.
So
And then they
he's
were all
kind of
mad.
like
He's
you
a
know,
player.
He's a player.
He's a bachelor.
So we saw this monkey steal this woman's purse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she fought with the monkey. How hard did she fight with that monkey?
Very hard.
Yeah, she just like, and then
I thought
untied
you were
her
going to
suit.
swing the monkey and hit the tree
And then monkeys were jumping on people's heads,
and picking stuff out of their hair.
picking stuff out of their hair. There was this one group of monkeys that kept getting on this one person's head. But it was beautiful, right? The place was beautiful.
Yeah, there was like a monkey bath.
There was.
The monkeys could go and
Yeah, and
bathe.
then they jump in it.
Yep, they jumped in
they
the
were
monkey
so
bath.
cute. I wanted
And
to
they-
hug them. And then there was a baby monkey.
Lots of baby monkeys. They fed them sweet potatoes, right?
I have a picture of a baby monkey on a tree.
You do?
He was looking at me.
Aw. He says monkey, right? Mono mono.
I know what you
Espanol.
mean.
Ar.
That's not funny.
And then we went and walked up the street and we went to the palace in Abood. That was beautiful, right?
Which?
The palace.
Oh yeah, the one with the cave that smelled like fire.
No, that's
the next
not
day.
even it.
Oh,
Remember we walked
sorry.
up the street and there was a big palace in the middle of Abood.
Yeah.
And that was really beautiful. And then we went to the market.
And then Dad knocked over a stand
Oh,
and blamed it on Ila.
No, pile
God.
of rings.
Forgot about
we were
that.
walking and he has this really big backpack and we had just bought like pants and like 2 shirts for him because you know he needs his shirts. And oh shoot, why did I touch that? Okay. But we were walking and he wasn't paying attention to where he was going and his backpack knocked over this woman's like 3, what is it called?
A tray?
3 trays of rings and he knocked it all over the cement and he pointed to Isla and he said, Isla, why'd you do that? Then he ran away.
Totally blamed her.
And
Threw
then
her under the bus.
Mom and I were apologizing. We were like, sorry, I'm so sorry. And then the ladies were like, it's fine. And Isla just goes and walks. She's like, Dad, why'd you blame it on me? And he said, because you can't get in trouble. You're just a kid. I can get in trouble. I'm a man.
Oh,
And I was like, okay.
That's not very nice.
it was
not
not
very
very nice.
I felt so rejected.
So what'd you think about the Abood market?
I
Really?
liked it. I liked it.
I liked it
I
too.
It
got
stressed me
panicked.
out. That's why I liked it.
Yeah,
Me and Dad
panicked.
got panicked. It was too much.
And then Dad said
handle.
I got panicked, so it would be 3 against 1, but I wasn't panicked.
That happens conveniently a lot in this family. Georgia and Ila and I think. Georgia and Ila and I
And then
feel.
Georgia
and Ila
never
and I.
feels.
And then I go, well, at one point in this trip, I went, I'd love to hear from Georgia and Ila directly. And he got really mad at me for saying that. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, you keep saying Georgia and Ila.
He was like,
Georgia
Georgia
and
and
I.
I feel really stressed and we don't want to go back there. We just want to sit in here. And I was like, no, I want to go back. And he was like, no, Georgia, you don't. And I was like, yeah, I kind of do.
Georgia Ila and I would like a nap at 3 p.m. Georgia Ila and I would like to stay in the hotel room.
Georgia and I would like a new shirt.
Yeah, right. So we went to the Abood market. We had a drink in Abood, or like a soda.
Oh wait, weren't we in like when we were in the first hotel? Didn't Dad say he got bit by a bat?
Oh, yeah. Dad got bit by a bat.
He told the
apparently.
story where he got bit by a bat.
And he thought it was 100% true and it wasn't.
he has never been bitten by a bat.
He said
but
it bit him on the calf.
he believes that he was walking through the jungle, I think in Costa Rica, and he believes a bat bit him on the calf.
In the
Now, there's a lot of problems with this theory. I don't think bats hang out at like calf level. Pretty sure not. And if he's in the jungle in the bushes, how does a bat fly in the bushes in the jungle? There's just a lot that doesn't make sense. And he really thought he had rabies from this bat bite when there's been no cases of rabies in like 25 years in Costa Rica.
I looked it up and it says that bats avoid humans.
Yeah.
And they don't want to like bite them. And then Dad got really offended. He was like, well, this bat was different.
It was a stalker bat.
Yeah. I was like, no, I just looked it up and you're wrong. So.
This bat was wearing a t-shirt that said machine. He was stalking me. No, that was
Poor
pretty
boy.
funny. He got pretty into the I got bit by a bat moment. So we had planned on taking a sunrise hike with Dad.
Oh my, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we're going to. Okay. So we had planned on taking a sunrise hike. That night at dinner, Ila let us know that she was really scared to sleep in her room because of the outdoor shower and the access to her possibly being murdered from someone getting in through the outdoor shower. Dad and I proceed to have a large argument at dinner over whether or not it's healthy to let Ila sleep with us, because Ila would actually sleep with an adult every night of the year, all year long, if we would let her. But I am trying to teach her how to cope with being afraid at
Your
night.
guys are so warm, though.
And then sometimes
Ew, Isla. Just get married.
we came to the conclusion that this one night would be a good night for Ila to sleep with Dad and for me to sleep in the room with Georgia, because we were giving her a break from her anxiety. This was the only night you slept with me, right?
Yeah.
In the whole trip, or with Dad. So that night I'm sleeping in Georgia's room. So this hotel, let me explain a little bit before we go any further. This hotel had been there for a while. It was beautiful. It was really well maintained, but it had old school, like regular keys. There was no electronic, like credit card type key. It was a key to get in the room. And Georgia and Ila's room, you had to lock with the key from the inside. So the key locked and unlocked the outside of the door and locked and unlocked the inside of the door. So if they locked themselves in at night, there's no way we could get in to their room because they only gave us one key. So they were like locked in, locked down. And the same was true for our villa. We each had one key, right? So that night I go to bed with Georgia and Ila goes to bed with Dad, all sleep, right? Phone rings at 3 a.m. And the front desk says, your car's here to take you for your sunrise hike. And I went, oh no, that's tomorrow night. And he went, no, that's tonight. I had left my watch on LA time, and we are a full day behind in LA. So I thought it was June 12th, when really it was June 13th in Bali. And I had scheduled the sunrise hike for June 13th. So I get up and go, oh my God, it's pouring rain outside. And our two villas are not connected. Like I had to go outside in the rain to knock on Ila and Dad's villa door. No response. I go upstairs. I try to use the phone to call from room to room. No one answers. I call Bert's cell phone. No one answers. I call Ila's cell phone. No one answers. Right?
Well, Mom, I have a complaint about that.
A complaint? Okay.
In the early morning, night, me and Fafi, we were in the bed, and then the phone rang, and I was like, here, and I passed it over, and it fell, and it cut off the wire. So
It was unplugged.
yeah, and Dad's phone was dead.
So this was doomed.
Here.
In other words, it's pouring rain. I'm knocking. I'm calling every device, phone I know to call, and I can't get anybody awake. So I go, you know what? This is not meant to be. We'll just cancel it. I apologized. And Georgia and Ila and I will go on this hike another time without Dad, if that's okay. So that's what we did. I went back to bed. Woke up the next day, and we had hired a driver to take us around to see a bunch of sites around Ubud that we couldn't walk to, or that was kind of unreasonable to have a taxi for. And again, everything in Bali is really cheap. This sounds really extravagant, but we paid him like $15 an hour for like a private tour guide in a private car. Which is really cheap. So he took us. First, we went to see
The rice field. No.
I got it.
What?
The waterfall.
Yes. Yes, we went to see a beautiful waterfall. Oh my God, who thought they were going to die climbing those steps?
The steps were like really steep.
Oh my God.
Like you had to do a full knee up to go get.
A full knee up. Yep. It was intense. But a beautiful waterfall, right? We took lots of pictures.
Dad got scared on the bridge. He was like, I'm too fat for this. I can't do this.
There was a bridge made of bamboo, and I made him stop on it and take a picture, and I think he got a little scared. We went to see this beautiful waterfall, and we were soaking wet after that because of the humidity and the sweat. And then we went to see Goa Gaja. Remember what that is?
Elephant cave.
Yeah.
It's the elephant cave.
I couldn't breathe in that cave.
It smelled like fire. I thought I was going to die.
Well,
I just all walked out. I didn't.
let's explain what it is.
Because they had incense in it.
It is a temple to the god or goddess.
Gotcha.
The goddess
Garuda.
Ganesh.
Garuda?
Ganesh is the god that has the elephant head.
Yeah.
It's a Hindu god. So it was a temple that had been buried for years and years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And they found it sort of recently and uncovered it and figured out, oh, this is Ganesh's temple. And there was a cave. The mouth of the cave had beautiful carvings, like out of rock. And you go in this cave, and that's where they would go to pray or to worship. And it was so full of incense, we could not breathe. So we just kind of went in the cave and went, okay, and then left, right? And walked around there. And then we drove from Goa Gaja to
The Tirvan something.
Tirta, Pura, Tirta, and Pule.
What?
The Pura,
The monk
yeah,
cave
Tirta, and
where
Pule.
Dad washed himself.
That is another temple where they have a pool that's fed by a spring from nearby. And it has fountains. And you can go in the pool and you wash yourself in the fountain, and it purifies your soul. It was beautiful.
But none of us could go in
but
because you two were on your periods and I forgot my bathing suit.
Yep, we couldn't go in because we were on our period, and Georgia forgot her bathing suit. So Dad went in by himself. But it was a beautiful place. And apparently our guide explained to us that most people live in like a kind of like a compound. It's like a walled off area that has several houses in it. And the houses are really just bedrooms. And then there's a main house in the middle that's like the kitchen and the living area. And they all share that area. And they also share a temple. But those temples are called family temples. And they're for everyday worship. But if there's like a big important religious day, like something for us would be like Christmas, they would go to the Pura Tirta and Pule or to the Goa Gaja, and they would worship there at the larger temples in the community. But they worship every day in their little compound family temple, which I thought was pretty interesting. It's mostly Hindu
didn't know
country. You didn't hear him explain that?
I did.
No, I kind of tuned out everything in the car.
Oh, good. That's good. That's one way to listen to a tour guide and learn something about
I know.
where you are.
I didn't realize he was talking until like the very end of it.
Teenagers.
And I was like, oh shoot, I should have paid attention.
Yeah, he was pretty great. So we went to the Pura Tirta and Pule. It was raining on and off most of this day, right?
It wasn't raining, it was like misting.
Yeah.
It was raining.
Shush.
It was raining pretty hard at the Tirta and Pule.
There, but
And
like the
then
rest of the day.
Didn't
was
we go
misting.
to the rice fields?
Yes, we went
Oh
to
wait,
the,
before that, Dad got obsessed with seeing swastikas
Oh.
because there were a lot of swastikas like engraved in the wall. This is the one thing I remember him saying. But he's Dad was like, yeah, why are there so many swastikas here? Like, can I get one? And I said, no, you're not bringing a swastika back to California. You're gonna get arrested. And the tour guide, didn't he say like it was a symbol for eternity or like infinity?
It's a
And-
tribal
Yeah,
symbol.
Yeah, and it's like Hitler adopted it, but like it was originally from Hinduism or something.
Yes, it's from India originally.
Yeah. So
And we're in Indonesia, which means Indian also,
Yeah.
sort of.
Oh.
Indonesia.
so
from
at
India.
like the monk pool where I don't know how to say it.
Tirta and Pule.
Okay, that. When we were there was this gate and on it were like two lions and in the middle was a swastika.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I found that kind of weird. I was like, oh.
Well, it is
okay.
interesting how a symbol in one place means something different than the same symbol in another place.
Yeah.
What the guide explained was that there was a tribe in India, and they're coincidentally called the Aryan. That's the name of their tribe.
Wait,
Why
what's an Aryan?
coincidence? Why is it a
Aryan. That's the Aryan race is what Hitler called white people, that they were the superior race. They were Aryans. But this was originally, way before Hitler, the Aryan tribe were in India, and their symbol for eternity, like their tribal symbol, was the swastika. I don't think they called it the swastika. I think it has a different name, but that symbol means eternity in India and Indonesia.
Yeah.
So for Hindu people of that tribe, of the Aryan tribe. So that was pretty fascinating, because that symbol pretty much means evil to anybody from the West.
Yeah, so there were a bunch, like, I saw a really big one engraved in like an apartment wall, but it was like, it wasn't engraved, it was like
Carved?
punched out. Like there was a big hole, and like the hole was literally a swastika. And I was like, okay, so I stuck my hand in that, the ghost of Hitler would pull me through and I would die.
Yeah, maybe. They sold a lot of jewelry too that had the swastika. It was really interesting, because really, you can't. How do you ask that tribe to abolish that symbol when they had that symbol way before Hitler did, and it means something entirely different? Just because it offends a whole other part of the world, how do you ask them to get rid of that symbol? I guess no one has, but in theory, how do you expect them to not treat that symbol the same they always had, right? It's like if someone made a sunshine symbol evil, would we stop drawing sunshines?
Yes.
You think so?
I would draw
I would.
clouds and sunshine.
Clowns.
I'd draw a sunshine on your face.
Aw, that's mean.
Okay, so after the swastika viewing, we went to the rice terraces and had lunch overlooking the rice terraces. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
It was really beautiful, and then my lunch was very underwhelingh.
Yeah, lunch was not so great.
Because I looked at the picture, and on the picture, it looked so good, and then it came, and it was like bread. And I was like, okay.
It was no good. But it was, I mean, yeah, lunch was not great, but
I kind of wanted to go on a rice terrace and jump down, but I don't think that would happen because it's like 5
because
feet
you'd
up.
kind of die.
no, I think that because you'd be jumping on their rice.
No, that's not
That's
rice.
what you're worried about?
It is rice.
No, it's grass.
No, honey, that's rice.
You're a ding dong. It's rice.
I thought rice grew in water.
It is water. What you can't see is they make the terrace so that it holds the water in place.
Oh.
So there's water, and then the grasses or the
I thought
rice
that
is
was salt.
What?
Salt.
No,
That's a
yeah,
thick
in
salt,
the
man.
like something mountains, I learned in history that there's salt there,
Oh.
and they grow the salt like rice terraces and dig the salt out from the ground. from
That's
the water.
interesting. I've never learned that.
History teacher needs to go to Indonesia.
Well, maybe it's not in Indonesia. Maybe it's somewhere else.
No, I think it's in like Africa.
Then why did...
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so then we went to the coffee plantation, right?
And we bought a lot
The
of
Luwak.
Oh, I finally
Limac.
like coffee. It tasted so good.
The coffee was good, wasn't it?
I didn't like the coffee. I liked the avocado coffee.
You didn't?
No, I did. That was
Yeah.
my only good one.
So we went to a coffee and tea tasting, right? And we tasted probably, 12 or so? They had
13.
13.
Because we had what, extra one?
You're right. We had one extra. They had some avocado coffee that was amazing.
Sounds very LA.
Doesn't it? But it's very ballet.
Some avocado coffee.
It's very ballet.
Your tofu beef burger. and your
totally.
kale chips.
What else did you do at the coffee plantation?
Oh yeah, we swung.
Swung on a big jungle swing, right? Took
Yeah.
some pictures of that.
And there were these ladies in like ball gowns doing it.
They were.
And I
He
was
said
like-
people wait in line forever for this one swing so they get a good Instagram picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Whatever. But can you tell everybody what was so special about the coffee?
It was pooped out.
Ew, Ila.
Can you say it in a way they can understand it?
A monkey, chimpanzee, or whatever
No,
that thing
Isla.
is. It's like
A luwak,
a luwaka.
I think is what it's called.
I thought it was like one of the moles.
A mole?
Isla.
Yeah.
Here, should
It's
I
a
look
critter
it up?
kind of like a possum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it
and
up.
it pooped it out and it made coffee. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That
it's-
thing.
what's it called?
A luwak.
Luwak. A luwak. So they eat the coffee beans and then they poop it out.
That's so cute.
And an enzyme in their stomach makes the coffee better.
It takes some of the bitterness out of it.
It takes some of the bitterness out, and it makes it less caffeinated.
It makes it delicious.
And it makes it delicious.
But you're still drinking poop.
We're still
I
drinking
know,
pooped
but
out
It's
coffee.
boiled.
Yes.
But it's
Fine.
pooped,
It doesn't have
Ila.
any diseases in it.
It was delicious. Maybe it has extra protein because it was pooped.
It's like eating
think so?
flies.
Ooh.
Poop.
So that was that day.
And then the next day we went on the hike.
No.
Question
Yes.
mark?
No. The next day we moved to Nusa Dua, which was Dad left
Yeah.
and went to
Melbourne.
New Zealand.
Oh, same thing.
And then
That day we just laid low.
and then we went to Nusa Dua and kind
You
of
laid in the
chilled.
room and Mom and I went swimming.
Yes.
In this really
You
big
lay in the
pool.
room, and George and I went swimming. We did walk on the beach, but it was a kind of a lay low day. But that night at 2 a.m., we got picked up for our sunrise hike
Oh, God.
where we thought we were going to die.
Yep.
I thought we were going to be sold into sex slavery.
I thought we were going to die. We did. We thought we were actually going to maybe die. So, really sweet guy picked us up at the hotel, told us it was a 2-hour drive to get to the base of the mountain and then 45-minute hike up the mountain. Okay, totally cool. I'd researched this. This was an event that a lot of people do when they go to Bali. It's a beautiful hike, and from the top you can see Mount Batur and the sunrise and Lake Batur, and it's beautiful. And I had found tons of tours that do this stuff, but Dad wanted to do a private tour. He didn't want to go with a group, so I had to find a tour that would would take only our family. So I did, and I booked it through Travelocity, so it was all kind of on the up and up. And nothing to be worried about. So the guy picks us up, drives us off into the night. It's totally fine. We're on city streets for a long time. He turns off the city streets, and we pay somebody like an entrance fee. And he says, this is a national park. We have to pay to enter. Perfect. And we're driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. And it gets darker and darker and darker, and there's no street lights. And then all of a sudden we're on a dirt road, and the dirt road's really bumpy.
And he kept asking us on the ride, do your girls want to go to sleep? Like, do you want to go to sleep? And I was like, no, I'm not sleeping. I'm scared.
They did, and they'd asked how old you were. And he was just making chit chat. He was a really nice guy, but I started going, wow, I don't really see any other people. And I know that this is a really popular thing to do in Bali, but we should be seeing some other people. Nobody. There's like not another car to be seen. Pitch black, no street lights. And so I start going, okay, I don't know what's going on here. This is not right. I instinctively felt like we were okay, but my intellect was going, this doesn't look right. So we keep going down this dirt road, and he pulls up and parks in front of this like restaurant looking place.
And it looked like a 7-Eleven.
No, it wasn't even that fancy. It was like a little shack looking thing that had a cement platform that had picnic tables on it. So I was like, is this like a restaurant or? And there was a huge pile of garbage right next to it, like huge pile of legit garbage. Mm-hmm. And I went, okay, this doesn't look right either. He just parked, and there are no other human beings in sight. There was an old lady on the porch of that thing, but no other tourists, no tour guides, no like tour vans that are parked. There's no restroom. There's nothing. And I kept saying, okay, this is weird, because I know that like hundreds of people do this every day, and I don't see another person. Are we getting kidnapped? Like, are we about to get like kidnapped? He asked how old my kids were. Like, are we being sold into sex slavery? I'm pretty sure we're being sold into sex slavery. I started panicking a little bit, but instinctively I still felt okay. I was like, I actually feel okay, but this isn't making sense in my brain. So the guy's like, okay, your guy's not here yet. He probably overslept. I'm going to get out, give him a call. And when he got out, I turned around to the girls and I went, listen, this does not look right. There should be some other people here. And I'm starting to feel kind of nervous. And I think Georgia said, yeah, I'm feeling kind of nervous too. And I went, okay, I think I may pull the plug on this whole thing. Let's just feel it out and see what we're doing. But if I pull the plug on it, where the hell am I going? I can't go anywhere. I don't know where I am. You know, it was 3:00 in the morning, right? It was pitch black everywhere. So we get out of the car and our guide says, okay, we're going to get on a boat. And I go, a boat? We're getting on a boat now? Oh my God, we're totally getting kidnapped. So I stop him and I go, okay, hold on just 1 second. I'm a woman traveling alone with her 2 daughters. I'm starting to feel a little nervous because we are, 3 women by ourselves, and they started going, oh, no. You're safe. Everybody's safe. This is okay. And I was like, okay, I just wanted to,
Clarify.
to put it out there that this is making me a little nervous. Right? What'd you think at that point, ladies?
I was accepting my fate to die.
Oh, God.
I was honestly thinking about all the things that could go wrong and how I would avoid it.
How would you get out of it?
Yeah. Oh, I just was accepting it. I was like, I'm going to sink.
Guess I'm a sex slave. Just
Guess
starting
it's
now.
gonna
So when he said, oh, no, everything's fine, I believed him actually. But and the whole time instinctively I kept going, I feel like I'm okay. So he said, okay, let's go this way and we'll get on the boat. So we start walking this way and it's literally like mud path in the woods.
You have
There
to
were
use your
steps.
flashlight.
Can't see anything without your flashlight. So, and there's this like bridge, right, that goes from the land to a little dock where the boat is. It's made out of like literally bamboo sticks that we had to walk on. Still can't see anything. And this boat is this simple, like open hull, 3-bench boat with an outboard motor. And we go get on this boat and I go, okay, I guess this is it. I mean, if we're kidnapped, we're fucking screwed because we're on a boat now. Not going anywhere. But as soon as we started going on the boat, he started telling us stuff about the lake like a tour guide would do. Mm-hmm. And I started going, okay, if we're kidnapped, he's not going to start telling us about this gold statue of this goddess and this temple that we're going by. This would have taken a different turn. So I kind of relaxed at that point. But the whole time I felt okay. It's just that my brain was going like, you should be smart about this. Don't be stupid. How did you feel when you got on the boat?
I don't know. I mean, like, for me, it was kind of freaky because you and Ila were sitting behind me and then I was sitting in the front with the tour guide and I was like, okay, I'm going to get thrown off this boat.
Yeah.
I'm going to get thrown off and then Mom and then Ila and then we're all going to die. And I still was scared kind of on like the beginning of the hike. And then in the middle, I was fine. And then at kind of the end, I got scared again because of the shack.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, did you ever think, I wonder what's in this water?
Yeah, I thought there were sharks in it. I didn't.
It was a lake.
It was gonna be a kraken and then a megalodon.
I thought someone was going to come out of the water and kill us.
A megalodon
and then
in
there
the
was
lake.
Nessie. There's the Loch
started-
Ness monster.
I started wondering what was in the lake. I don't know.
It
I don't
was
know if there's like
pitch black.
crocodiles in Bali.
Mom,
I didn't
stop!
Well, I don't think there were.
Ila,
There
it's
weren't.
already happened. You have nothing to be scared of.
I'm scared of it still.
But anyway, so we get to the boat comes up to like these like 4 steps that go down into the water, right? So we get out, we get up the steps. He hands us each a walking stick, and he says, "Okay, 45 minutes to the top. Let's go." Oh my God! What do you have to say about this hike?
First of all, I obviously wore the wrong shoes
Yes,
because my shoes, they were like really hard on the bottom and then socks on top. So I'd put my foot somewhere and my foot would stay still, but then my leg would go the other way. And every time I stepped, it did that. So the whole time I was walking like a scarecrow. And Ila was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm
oh
fine."
my gosh!
And then she was like, "What's wrong with your shoes?" I said, "Nothing, Ila."
So how steep was this hike?
Really steep.
Well, it was like you were climbing a cliff, kind of.
Yeah.
At some points, and then at other points, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
But
But the paths were always really thin.
yeah.
Yeah, they were very narrow.
And I was kind of afraid that there was going to be a bat in the bush.
Well, we could not see anything, right? We had our flashlights, but it's not like you could get a sense of even what was on either side of you because
Yeah.
it was so dark. And
It's like 3 a.m.
it was like 3 a.m. and I had a backpack on that had 3 stainless steel water bottles, like big 32-ounce water bottles full of water, 3 hats, 3 headlamps. So I added like almost 20 pounds. I could not get up this damn hill. I felt so out of shape that the guy kept grabbing me by the wrist and dragging me. I'd literally drag it like I couldn't keep up with the pace he was dragging me. So I kept almost falling because he kept, clearly he's done this hike before. But for me, it was pitch black, straight up. I'm wearing a 20-pound pack on my back. It was ridiculous. I thought I was going to die. We kept having to stop because I literally heard myself like this. Could you hear me breathing like that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought I was dying.
I was fine.
I know. Well, you guys are whippersnappers.
Well,
I'm 49 this year.
I can fit through tight spaces. So.
And I hike like a few days a week, but I don't hike anything like that. There were times when I had to use my hands and feet. Obviously, my feet.
No, just your hands.
Okay, so we get up. We're almost to the top, and we stop in front of this shack.
It's like a tin shack.
It's literally like the size of my chicken coop.
Like if you threw a big enough rock, the shack would fall over.
It looked like it. It was, excuse me, it was 10 on the sides and 10 on top. It was a 10 shack, but we could see that a
That's
light
where I
was
got
on.
scared again. So
At
I
the
was like,
tin
okay,
shack?
I'm being put in this tin shack, and I'm not coming out until next week.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Next week would be.
I
pretty
wasn't.
okay.
I was fine after we got halfway through the hill.
Nope, the tin shack
Except
scared
for
me.
when I at the top after the tin shack, there was a bunch of people. Well, not a bunch, but there was like
No, we were the first ones there.
oh yeah,
Eventually,
yeah. But there started being more people, and I was like, oh,
we're cool.
yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So we went all the way up to the top, and there was a beautiful long bamboo table with a beautiful long bamboo bench that you could sit at facing where the sun was going to rise. And we could see,
The mountain of the. There
see,
we go.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. No,
No, because they're monkeys.
no, that's not it. But we could see
Oh, I have pictures.
Longbon Island, Mount Agung, Mount Agung,
A googie.
and Mount Batur and Lake Batur, all from this one place where we were. So he had said to me, this hike was the best hike because you could see the most from this place. So when we had sat there for a little bit, other people started coming with guides. And then he said, okay, I'm going to go back down to that shack and make your breakfast. Would you like a banana sandwich or an egg sandwich for breakfast?
Neither?
So we got banana and egg sandwich. He came back with banana sandwiches, egg sandwiches, boiled eggs, and candy bars. Pretty cool breakfast, right?
And it came out of the shack.
But
Came out
the
of the
tea there
shack.
was amazing.
It's like, okay, this is filled with
It was.
apes.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
have the
get
tea.
killed.
So a little bit later, this lady comes up the hill with a big tray, and she is serving coffee and tea. I have coffee. The girls have tea. Ila said the tea was amazing.
it was amazing. I
It was really
loved
good.
it.
She also brought something else with her.
Chickens.
A dog.
And a dog.
The dog was so cute. It was so adorable. I wanted to take it home.
It was a beautiful
She
white
punished the dog, and then she gave the dog.
Yeah, he punished the dog.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember the dog was taking food, and she went, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a chicken.
was like-
No, she was throwing a stick at it.
Well, we watched the sunrise and we took a ton of pictures and it was really beautiful. And at one point we walked up the hill a little farther to take pictures, and what happened?
Chickens ate our breakfast.
The chickens ate our breakfast.
I know, it was so sad.
The chickens got on our table and ate our banana
They're
sandwich.
cannibals. They had my egg sandwich.
They had your egg sandwich too?
Yeah, they're cannibals.
They were thieves, those chickens. So we started going back down the hill, right? We go back down the hill really fast, and it's beautiful. Now we can see what we hiked up. It was so pretty. And we get almost to the bottom, and we run into 4 women, right? 4 women
judging us.
who lived in a village on the other side of this mountain that we just hiked, right? Can you describe them?
They looked like Sandy.
They looked like Sandy.
Well, that's not racist.
They definitely looked like they were Balinese.
And they had the sarong on their head.
Yeah, they would twist a sarong and then wrap it into like a bowl and put it on their head because they would do what?
Carry the bowl, the stuff, the fish that they just caught in like the weed,
in the
like
what?
the weed stuff that they
Rice?
yes rice
Mm-hmm.
and like that
weed
type of stuff. And on their heads, so they could carry it down the mountain. And then they said it was like 2 hours to get there.
It was 2.5 hours that they were going to put this enormous bowl. It looked like a huge dish pan. It was a very shallow bowl that was full of bags of rice, fresh fish they had just caught that were still alive, and some vegetables. And they put that whole bowl on their head and do that hike that I just complained I could barely do with a bottle of water on my back. Was a 2.5 hour hike to their village, and they do it every single day. I couldn't believe it. What did you think about that?
Well, I
No,
just told
thank
you what I
you.
thought.
What did you, and I missed it. What did you think about that? What did you think about that being their way of life? That they have to walk down the mountain before sun rises, go fishing, buy supplies, and put it on their head and walk 2.5 hours up a mountain to get home.
Why don't they have an elevator?
No, I'm being serious.
Isla.
What did you think about that?
Oh,
Did you have any thoughts about it? Did you go, oh, well, sucks for you?
No, I was just like, okay, well, that's how they live. Like, they must
Well, they
think
have
it's
to
crazy
do
to
that.
walk to the grocery store and carry it back on our arms.
Oh, you didn't have any kind of relative thought of like,
Not
wow,
really.
I'm super glad I don't have to do that?
Well, I
Yeah,
said
I
that
did.
in my head. I was like, well, I'm glad I don't have to walk up the mountain, but I feel like if I did it enough times, I'd get used to it and I wouldn't care as much.
It'd be no big deal.
Yeah,
It's all they know.
basically.
No.
Because, like, all we know is walking to and getting groceries and carrying them home in our arms, not on our head.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I
That's
just
all
didn't think
they
about
know.
it like that.
No, like, oh, wow. This
yeah, I
is
did
crazy.
that. I did that. I said that in my brain. I was like, wow, how could they carry that up there? That would be hard. I would probably trip and fall and break my neck at some point.
Oh, I was also thinking about, like, yeah, if they trip and they fell and everything fell out of their basket, that'd kind of suck.
That would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Are you mad?
What?
Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. Why would I be mad?
I don't know.
Her new thing now is saying, why are you mad at me? Why are you yelling at me?
You're so
hurting my
mean."
self-esteem.
I know. I was just talking earlier in my podcast earlier today about how you guys tell Dad I yell at you all the time.
You don't yell at us.
You don't yell at
Well,
us.
Dad, Georgia, Ila, and I think you yell a lot.
Oh, Dad.
That was like 3
Mom and
years
Isla,
ago.
I think you're being a drama queen.
we should do that. Well, Georgia Ila and I think you're being a drama queen. Georgia
Yeah.
Ila and I think you maybe need to stop spilling food on your shirt.
Georgia and Isla, I think you should clean up your Q-tips.
Georgia and Island, I think you need an attitude adjustment.
Attitude adjustment.
Georgia and Isla, I think you should go see Dr. Nicely.
No, please.
Definitely, you should go see Dr. Nicely. So anyway, we made it back down. We took a boat ride back to the car, went back home. It was a beautiful trip. It was really a great experience, actually, after we figured out we were not being sold into sex slavery. And, when we got back in the car, the driver was really sweet. He said, I understand why you felt that way, but just so you know, those things don't really happen in Bali. Bali's not that type of place. It's not a dangerous place. And, I think he's probably right. I have never seen so many people eager to help you ever. Is there anything I can do for you? Do you need any help? Every single person we
That
met
kind of
was really
freaked
nice.
me out.
It was, in some ways, it was like, you can help me out by not asking me what I need.
Yeah.
It was a little much, but their intention was so good. You couldn't blame
Their
them.
intention was good, but like everyone put napkins on my lap, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
I can do
didn't
that.
like that.
That they put the napkin on the lap.
because
for you.
I was like,
That's why I'd go to my seat really quick and put it on my lap for me,
Oh.
so they wouldn't have to do it.
Oh, did you feel like a princess when they were doing that? Like you were
No, I just felt
felt
weird. I was like,
uncomfortable.
okay,
okay, let's move on from this subject.
Well, okay.
Let's talk about something else besides the mountain.
Besides the mountain.
Why?
Do you have something else in mind?
No.
No? Okay, well,
Evil face.
well, we were in Nusa Dua one more day, right? And then we flew to Australia. So what is your takeaway from Bali?
It was good.
It was good?
Yeah. They had good stuff there.
Good job, Ila.
No, they had good stuff there.
Like what kind of stuff?
Like food stuff.
You like the food?
Yeah, the food was nice. But
Good stuff there.
What kind of food? Do you like the fried rice?
Yeah, I like the fried rice. It tastes like Sandy's.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Did you miss Sandy while you were there?
Yeah.
You did? Did the trip remind you a lot about Sandy?
Yeah.
You know, Indonesia is nothing like China.
Yeah, I know.
But
Wasn't she in Vietnam?
She was in Vietnam.
Wait, didn't she live there?
She was born in Vietnam. She actually was not born in China. But her family, her mom and dad, are both Chinese, and they immigrated to Vietnam before Sandy was born. So she was actually born in Vietnam, but she is not Vietnamese. She's Chinese.
Okay.
So her heritage is Chinese. I guess she's Vietnamese legally, maybe by her birth. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But so you liked Bali. You liked the food. Mm-hmm. Georgia, what's your takeaway from Bali?
I liked it.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Was it fascinating to go to a culture that was so very different from our own?
Yeah,
It was?
it was.
Did you feel like it made you look at things differently or open your imagination?
I don't really know. I just felt like it was really weird because I wasn't blown away by it. It was exactly what I was expecting.
Oh.
And then when I got there, I was like, okay, I could see how people spend their whole lives here.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a regular place.
Yeah.
But it was exactly how I imagined it would be.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with all the
Bali.
people on the motorcycles?
Yeah,
and-
I was like, okay, everyone's gonna be on motorcycles and everyone's gonna be doing this, and I was right.
Awesome.
Because what was really weird was day before we got on the plane, I had a dream about Bali,
Oh, yeah?
and it was my dream.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Maybe you're psychic. Maybe you saw the
I'm
future.
100% psychic.
Okay. Maybe
So
we should
psychic.
go to Australia.
So then we fly to Australia. It's a 4 or 5 hour
It was
flight.
the worst flight I've
No,
ever
it's a
taken.
6 hour flight. Oh my God. Qantas Airlines can kiss my butt, right?
Yes.
Holy cow. How bad was that flight?
It's really bad.
Let's talk about this flight. We flew economy, which is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're all small people. We don't have any problem with economy. I've never been so crammed in a seat in my life. Halston would never make it on that flight.
He'd break
Your
his
knees would be in your ears.
I'm on a regular plane too. My knees are hitting.
Oh no, this was so bad. I couldn't believe it. So I'm sitting in the middle between
You know what
Georgia
it felt
and Ila.
like?
What?
It felt like whenever Dad sits in front of me in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Where the seat's all the way against your knees,
Yeah.
right? So when I reclined my seat, I literally was between the legs of the guy behind me. Because he was a tall guy. So my seat went between his legs. So I felt
and he
bad.
let you know. He was like,
He did. He was not happy about it. But I was like, well, what do I do here? I bought a reclining seat. It's a red-eye flight overnight. Do I make myself sit upright to make this guy comfortable, or do I recline myself to make me comfortable? What do I do here? So I met halfway. I reclined my seat halfway because I couldn't sleep. It was the most straight up seat I've ever been in my life. It was so straight up, I was leaning forward.
yeah.
It was bad, right?
And then the person behind me had kennel cough.
Oh my God.
And she was like,
She had tuberculosis type cough. It sounded terrible.
And then the person next to me, I was sitting on the edge,
The end.
and then the girl on my right across the aisle got air sickness.
Yes.
And before that, she was talking to her son a lot, who was in the seat in front of her. And then she just stopped talking to her son, and she was staring at me, and I didn't notice she was staring at me until right before she threw up. So I looked over, and she was just staring at me. And then the flight attendant came by, gave her a barf bag, and she threw up in the barf bag. And she was still looking at me, and I was like, awkward, stop making eye contact. So I turned and looked at my TV because I was like, okay, I don't want to watch this girl throw up.
And she threw up forever.
She threw up for a really long time.
Yep.
And then they came and gave her an air mask because apparently she wasn't getting enough air. And they reclined her seat and they turned the light on and it was really nasty. And it smelled like throw up. And I went in the bathroom. I couldn't go to the bathroom because the flight attendants were blocking. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here and smell like puke.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And from the time we boarded the plane, it smelled like pee.
Yeah.
The whole plane smelled like pee. And then we were landing and there was something at my feet. I got something at my feet. I can't get this thing off my feet. I pick it up. It is a pee-soaked pillow. It is a pillow full of pee.
And Mom goes, what is this? And I go, don't touch it.
And I smelled it and it was fucking pee. It was a pee-soaked pillow that was under my seat the whole fucking flight.
It's a lucky pillow.
Qantas Airlines can kiss my butt. That was the worst flight I've ever been on in my life. Now, the flight itself was safe. There was no turbulence. But the squash chair, the tuberculosis patient, the air sick person, and the pee-soaked pillow.
Didn't we have food on that flight?
No.
We did have food, which you threw up the next day.
Oh, yeah. And I had massive diarrhea.
Yeah. So it
I had diarrhea
sucked.
too.
No, Mom had some kind of...
I didn't have anything.
You did. Because you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Throwing up doesn't feel good, but
I didn't have diarrhea. I just went to the bathroom frequently. I didn't have like diarrhea.
Yes, you did.
Do that impression one more time.
I gotta go to the bathroom again.
I love how I use my mouth like this. This is how we all do impressions of Dad. I gotta go
Mom
to the
was
bathroom
like,
again.
I gotta go. And I was like, yep, it's a salad.
I just had urgent and frequent.
I
didn't
remember
have
because we
diarrhea.
were walking around and I really had to go poop. And then I started tugging on Isla's sleeve. I was like, Isla, I really need to poop. And she said, you gotta hold it. You gotta be a man. You gotta hold it.
Be a
And
man.
I was like,
Be a
I
man.
really have to poop. So we went in. Also, I was wearing these shoes that were like cutting up my feet. I got really bad blisters. So I went into the bathroom and I pooped and I stayed in there for like 20 straight minutes. And I was just, this is really nasty. I'm going to end this conversation.
Okay.
But I walked out and I said, Isla, I am pooping up straight up corn. And she was like, what do you mean straight up corn? And I said, I had corn in my salad and just coming out the other end.
But isn't it like when we were all like in the living room reading your thing? I went in the bathroom and I had diarrhea and you
Yes.
heard it.
We heard Isla had explosive diarrhea. We could hear the diarrhea
In the
one
other
room
room.
over.
No,
It was like,
because-
"Puh." And when Georgia said, is she throwing up? It was so loud it sounded like she threw up, but it was
It
diarrhea.
sounded like she dropped a little grenade in the toilet and shit.
Yeah, it was
And I
bad.
said, whoa. She
And then I think the
exploded.
next morning I threw up.
Yeah.
And you guys went to the zoo.
Yep.
Without
the next
you.
morning, well, we had pizza that night in the room with Dad. We had a great time. And then the next morning we woke up and I hear Isla in the other room going, and I was like, Isla? And I came in there and she was throwing up all in her lap. So she had never thrown up before in her whole life.
Well, besides the flu and choking on a lifesaver.
Well, the flu.
That doesn't count.
You threw up the Tamiflu, the medicine. You had a bad reaction to the medication, so it came right back out. But she'd never thrown up from being sick, so she didn't know that when your mouth waters, it means you should probably go to the bathroom and throw
Yeah.
up in the toilet. She didn't know that.
I didn't want to throw up, so I was like,
Yeah,
just kept
that's not how it works, Isla.
Yeah, so she threw up all over her comforter. And,
Dad came in the other room. So we all went in there and watched, we all went in there to see what was wrong. And I saw her throwing up and I was like, cool, I'm going in the other room. So I walked into the other room and I sat on the couch and Dad stays in there for a little bit and then he comes back in and he sits at the desk dead serious and he goes, I ate a crust last night. And I go, what do you mean you ate a crust last night? And he was like, I ate everything she ate last night. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I cleaned her plate. I ate everything she didn't eat last night off of her plate. And it was only hers. And I said, you are so nasty. Why would you do that? And he said, I don't know, but I'm going to throw up now. And he started gagging himself in the desk. He was like, huh? I said, Dad, you're fine. It's food poisoning. And he said,
psychosomatic.
I'm going to throw up. It's the end of me. You guys just go on. I'll stay here and just wait for it to happen. I was like, you're not going to throw up and don't eat her stuff. And then Mom came in and was like, let's go to the zoo. So I said, okay.
Well, Mom asked Isla if it was okay if we went to the zoo, and Isla was very sweet and said yes, it was okay because she obviously had to stay in the room since she threw up.
I kind of wanted to go to.
I know. I wish you'd gone to the zoo. It was really fun.
There was a platypus.
But Georgia and I went to the zoo. We had to take the ferry from the Circular Quay over to the zoo, and it was Taronga Zoo.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. We saw a platypus.
We saw platypus. I did not think that platypus were really small.
I didn't either. I thought they were like the size of a beaver,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're more like
The size
Cat sized?
no, they're smaller than a cat.
Mouse sized?
They're more like, what are they the size
like a
of?
puppy.
Like a puppy or like a
bull
like a
mastiff
fat
puppy.
ferret.
Like a fat ferret.
Yeah. If the ferret
little
were
less
wider,
long.
it would be like the length of a little ferret.
With his tail included?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
They were
And
so cute.
They were brown. Oh, I'm blowing
5
up.
pounds.
2 to 5 pounds. That is tiny. I literally thought they were like a beaver.
Yeah, so did I.
But they're not. They were like this big. They were so
Very.
cute. They were like the size of your foot.
So,
Yep,
we
they were.
saw a bunch of animals there, but it was really apparently there. So when we got there, it was like a 3-minute walk up to the zoo, and there was this thing called the Sky Safari that we could go on, but it was closed for the day.
Yeah.
So later we learned that what you should do is you go on the Sky Safari, see the whole zoo from up above, and then walk down because it's like one big hill. So you walk up and then walk down. So what should have happened is we go on the Sky Safari and then make our way down and see everything. But because it was closed, we had to walk up and then walk down. And there was a bunch of construction, so we couldn't go to some things because the animals were not in the construction. But Mom really wanted to see a platypus, like really bad. And I did too, but I was like, okay, I can see it. I don't have to. Mom was like, I need to see this platypus.
Oh, I had to see it.
So we had to find the platypus, and it took us like 10 minutes to find this
We
thing.
got lost.
But we finally go. Who is texting me? I know I'm popular.
Hey,
Whatever. So we go and we find like this little exhibit. Shut up. And we see this sign that has a platypus on it, and Mom gets really excited. And I'm like, it's just a beaver. It's not gonna be that cute. It was so cute.
Oh my God.
Oh my! It was adorable.
what's to
It
die
was
for?
it was rolling around, and they had like a little waterfall, like a mini one, and it was rolling around underneath it and swimming around. It was just so cute.
And then it got up and it had lots of itches.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it was scratching. It was scratching and scratching and scratching. And that was
scratching
really cute.
everywhere.
It was so cute. Then we saw, obviously, kangaroos, koalas, and the tigers had 3 baby tigers.
You're so mean.
we
Why-
saw 3 baby tigers,
3 baby tigers. They
and
were
we saw the
so
video of them
cute.
being born.
I know. It was adorable.
Isla, baby tiger.
And the ferry ride was really pretty. We got to
Yeah.
drive by the Sydney Opera House. We could see the Sydney Opera House and the bridge from our room, which was
Yeah.
really cool. The promoter, Bert had shows in Australia, so the promoter set us up in a really nice room. That was really nice. So we went to the zoo. We came back. We laid low that night so Isla would feel better. And then the next day, we had a big tour. Remember? You were on that tour. Remember it?
No.
You don't remember where we went the next morning?
No.
And we fed things and pet things.
Oh. I was like, where did we go? I know we ate pies, but like.
We went to that was the
Yeah, I know.
next day.
I know.
We went to the
Oh, I was thinking about the next day.
Colmsley Hill Farm.
And it was so cute.
Oh, right. We did do that big tour. I totally forgot about that.
we went to Steve. Our tour guide picked us up,
Steve.
and he took us to the Colmsley Hill Farm or Colmsley Family Farm,
Something
maybe.
farm.
And we got to feed kangaroos
And pet koalas. And then Dad and Mom got a big fight about who could pet a
Oh,
koala.
good grief!
Because Mom didn't hear something and Dad got really mad.
I didn't hear the ranger say you could touch the koala. So Dad just started touching the koala, and I said, "Hey, did he tell you could do that?" And then Bert got
Jesus, Leanne.
overreact. Georgia Island, I heard it. And I was like, I did not hear it. Sorry. I just didn't want you to start, this is a wild animal. You can't just start petting it.
Like,
if
Jesus,
the
Leanne, why'd
ranger-
you get me in trouble? I was like, bro, you're not 3.
He's a pain in the Bootang clan.
And
pain.
then we got to pet a baby kangaroo's tummy.
Oh, we got to rub
I
its
didn't get
tummy.
I did. He was my favorite.
It was very soft.
And he was,
And then we saw baby rabbits, and we saw a flock of baby chickens with one baby duck in the middle. It was
They were all like huddled together for warmth, and then the duck just stuck its head out in the middle, and then they kicked the duck out.
They were all black baby little black chicks, and this yellow duck was stuck right in the middle, and this little duck bill was the cutest thing ever. Wasn't it cute?
Yeah, and then
So
we saw
cute.
these chickens with a lot of feathers. I don't know what
They're called silkies. We saw some silkies, and we saw some goats and some longhorn
and the baby goat.
cows and baby goats and
Baby bunnies
baby bunnies. They were so cute.
and rats.
Oh, mice. Yeah, they were mice.
They were rats.
They were mice.
Mice are rats.
Mice are
They're the
sweeter.
same thing.
Rats are mice.
Mice are cuter. Rats are scary.
They're evil. Both of them are evil.
But anyway, we went to that farm. It was amazing. We got to pet a very sweet koala. It was illegal for us to hold a koala in New South Wales. You have to go to a different part of Australia entirely to legally hold one. So we didn't get to hold
The
her.
koala like snuggles.
But the koala liked snuggles. It was really cute. She was sitting on her little branch, eating her little eucalyptus leaves, and our ranger, his name Brian or Ryan?
Ryan.
I think it was Ryan. He said, "Oh, do you need some cuddles?" And he just like reached for her, and she reached for him, and he picked her up, and she just cuddled. It was so
it was adorable.
cute. It killed me. She just wanted to snuggle. Her name was Goldie, and she was 20 years old, which
And
is
koalas
really
live
old.
to 15.
Yes, she was very sweet.
Goldie.
That was very cool. And then we went to the Blue Mountains and saw Lincoln Rock.
And Dad had a panic attack.
Dad had a panic attack. We were so high up.
He walked so cautiously on the
Looked like a
rocks,
spider.
and no one else did. Everyone else was fine, and Dad was like, "So many people die for taking pictures on these things."
You know how many deaths there are per year for Instagram photos?
Then he Googled it.
He Googled it, and he saw these people doing these ridiculous things like hanging off the side of a
They were
high
doing
rise.
like handstands and stuff.
And it was ridiculous. We were not even remotely close to the edge.
And he'd like get 3 feet away from the edge and start spider crawling to
He
make sure
would.
he didn't fall.
He would spider crawl. It was pretty bad.
And then I did an impression of him, and he was like, "This is not what I do. This is not what I do." And then he did the same thing.
And you cheat some of these pictures, like we're hanging off the side of the edge, right? But there's a rock below us. So if we fell, we wouldn't be plummeting to our death, right? We'd be
just
falling to
hit our
the
head.
rock
Might
below
break
us.
something,
Eh,
but
maybe, but not even.
and I fell off.
You did?
Yeah,
didn't?
Georgia was on the thing, and I was holding on. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
barely-
In your fakey make-believe picture?
Oh, and then I don't know if this was the same day that we went to the beach and I scared Dad because I stuck my head out from under the rocks.
That was the next day.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you that later.
Yeah, so we went to the Lincoln Rock. We went to see the Three Sisters. We saw the beautiful waterfall. And then our guide took us to a secret spot.
And then we ate lunch.
Oh, we ate lunch in this
and
beautiful
Dad
restaurant.
acted like a nut.
Oh, Dad does not do well in fine
It
dining.
was fine dining.
And I mean fine dining. Like this waiter knew what he was doing. He was French.
Like the napkins were bleached.
Starched.
Starch. That's what
They
it's
were
called.
starched. They were stiff as a board.
And then Dad took his shirt off.
Dad, yes, took his shirt
And he went,
off.
"Oh, hey."
He took his shirt off accidentally because he was trying to take his
And then
sweatshirt
the
off, and both
waiter-
shirt came off.
The
and-
waiter, you're supposed to like serve from the right side, and you're supposed to pour from each cup from the right side. And he was getting behind Georgia to pour from her right side because they were against the wall.
Yep.
And he poured from down. He was like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?"
He didn't know what the guy was doing coming behind him, and I said he's properly pouring George's drink. You have to pour from like on your right side.
And he switched spots with you.
It made Dad so nervous that he switched spots with me because he felt like the guy was sneaking up on him. Because a waiter, usually sneaks up on people.
Yeah.
So
And then
goofy.
when
Did Dad get anything on his shirt?
Yes.
And
And then he ordered a lot of ice cream.
he dropped the fork, and then he just was like, "Oh God!" And he took his sweatshirt off.
He took his
And he took his
sweatshirt.
sweatshirt off, and
Came
the
off.
waitress came, and he was like, "Oh, hey," and he covered his nipples with his shirt.
Oh, it was bad. Fine dining. Do not take Bert fine dining ever. It's not his milieu.
Didn't he try someone's soup and he inhaled it?
Oh, that's smile.
You remember that
Yes,
when he
I
was
do.
trying Isla too, and he went.
Yes,
He was
I
like,
do.
it was like a vacuum.
Oh, that's right. He was like a shark. Like his eyeballs rolled back in his head. I had this like ravioli looking soup thing. It was like a clear broth, but it had a
slurped
big
it.
dumpling in it. And he put the dumpling was huge. It was like the
It
size
was
of
like
my
a
fist.
stingray.
It was a huge dumpling. He put the whole thing in his mouth at once.
And
This
he just
fine
went-
dining restaurant. It
and
was a really,
slurped
really,
it.
really fancy restaurant. Oh, it was
He gave
bad.
Zero cares.
He zero cares is right. It was pretty
And
funny.
then
Though.
is that it?
Nope. Then we went on to the secret spot there. Remember that had all the ridges on the
Yeah.
rock because the mountain is still forming there. Which
And
is
Dad
kinda
got scared
cool.
there too.
I got
He was
scared
like,
there,
"God,
too.
don't worry."
And then we went to the Botanical Gardens where Isla dropped her cell phone, which was bad.
And then Dad got really tired, and he was like, "Let's just leave. It's just all grass."
He got major allergies. Remember that? He had
Yeah.
terrible allergies at the Botanical Gardens.
But that's probably the worst trip I've had at the botanical garden.
It was a Botanical Garden.
I
Poor
was
baby.
I was skipping and it fell out of my pocket
I know. It was an insecure skip.
and it fell on a rock.
It fell on a rock and it shattered.
And now we don't have a phone.
No, you don't have a cell phone. Well, oh well, such is life.
We're getting
I didn't
more
have a cell
after
phone either till I was about 30. So there you go. But anyway, the next day, that night we laid low again. No, that night we went to dinner, didn't we?
Yes, but
We went to dinner.
Isla really didn't want to go to dinner.
I know. Well, it was pretty low key at night anyway.
Low key.
Oh, the day before you and Dad bought some Blundstones.
Yeah.
You guys got some Blundstone boots. Those are Australian boots. I think they're kind of work boots in Australia, but they're awesome because they are waterproof and they're
Yeah,
really
mate.
comfortable. So then the last day we were there, we went to Bondi Beach.
And Dad had another panic attack because there were rocks again that we wanted to climb on.
Yes.
And so there was like this little cave that you can't. So there were a lot of steps, and we went up to the top, and there was like this platform,
Yeah.
and then there was a railing, and there was like a opening in the railing where you could go and walk out. Oh God,
That's us.
I look like a potato.
I look like a guy.
Don't do that. Why are you doing that?
I do
Anyways,
look like a
great.
guy.
Yep.
yeah,
That's beautiful.
like that.
So pretty.
Pretty cute.
It was really pretty.
Yep. Oh, okay, I don't look like a dude.
Look at Shaq.
There was a whale.
I'm not done with
We
my
did see a
story.
whale. Yep.
Anyways, so there was like an opening in the railing where you could go and climb on the rocks. So there was like this little cave made out of these big rocks under where Dad was standing to take a picture because he
Yeah.
didn't want to go on because he was scared.
Yeah.
So I went in the cave and I took a picture, and then there was like this hole that I could fit through.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stuck my head up through the hole and I saw like Dad's back, and I said, okay, now I'm gonna scare him. So I screamed, "Dad!" And he turned around and went, "Jesus Christ, get out of there right now. I don't want you in there right now. Go in there."
No,
I was
he's
like,
so
okay,
Scared.
I'm not gonna die. So then we took pictures and we scared him by pretending to jump off the edge, and I think he had a stroke.
No, don't even joke about
Okay,
that.
well, whatever.
He got really scared.
He got
though.
scared.
He got scared. So we went to Bondi Beach, and then we came back, and Dad wanted to lay low. Right? No, on the way
No.
back, we went to Harry's and got a meat pie.
And it was really good.
Oh my god!
But I burped it up the rest of the day.
Okay, so Harry's is this like little stand on the side of the like wharf that sells meat pies. So it's like a pastry that's filled with seasoned meat with a little gravy, and the pastry's closed on top like a pot pie.
Yeah.
And then they put a scoop of mashed potatoes on top of the pot
And a
pie.
scoop of peas.
And a scoop of peas. And mine had gravy on top of all
Mine
of
did
it.
too.
Oh my
I had a hot dog.
God. And
Yeah,
I had a
you're-
hot dog. She
you're
was
ding
not
dong.
brave. Although I have to say, you both were really good about trying new things while we were out. Georgia, both of you were really good about it. But Isla passed on the meat pie. Harry's is a really famous place. So we did that, and then we went home and dropped Dad off, and Georgia and Isla and I explored Sydney. We went to St. Mary's Cathedral, which was
Then we
beautiful,
went to a
lit some
garden.
candles. We went to Hyde Park. We found a We found a statue of Albert the Good. Took a picture with Albert the Good because that's Papa's name is Albert. So we sent Papa a picture of the girls with Albert the Good.
We went on a ferry ride.
Went on a ferry ride just so Isla could go on a ferry
was
ride.
a bus.
Isla thought a ferry was a bus and then got really upset when she found out it was a boat. She was like, I thought I was going on a bus. What the heck, guys? Why aren't I going on a bus? I don't want to go on a boat.
Oh, there's our ferry ride.
Yep, I took a picture of her because she was mad at me.
It was so fun. It was really fun. Did we have a good time?
Yes.
Yeah. Then we went home that night.
Look at my hair. It's on the run.
And we had room service.
Yes.
And then we...
What did I have for room? I think I...
Oh, that was quick.
What did you have for dinner? I had carrot lentil soup. It was amazing. It was
Wait, what did we
amazing.
have for dinner?
I had carrot lentil soup.
You had like mac and cheese.
No,
that
no one
was when I
ever
was
ordered mac
sick.
and cheese. She
I
had
had-
spaghetti bolognese.
I
That's
had
what it
2.
you had
I was
spaghetti
hungry.
bolognese.
Yeah, I
and
had like
you
2
had
dinners.
sushi.
But the night before that, I had a really good burger.
You did?
It was so good.
Oh, and room service. We ate a lot of room service
It
in
was so
Sydney.
good. And then Dad said he took a bite of it and he said, I can't eat the rest of it because it's too good. And I was like,
So we left the next day for a 15-hour flight home.
yeah. Where
was-
Isla watched me sleep half the time.
We were all upgraded this time to business class, which was
very
awesome.
nice.
We got
Very nice.
upgraded.
I like
Someone called Isla a dude.
Oh, yeah.
They were serving us
I
bread.
had long hair.
They were serving us bread and for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And Isla was, or the guy who was serving bread gave Isla a chocolate croissant because he was like, oh, I know you want this one. And he just gave it to her. And she was like, okay, I don't want this. Can you ask for sourdough so we can switch? And I was like, okay, I'll do that because you're my bestie. Anyways, so he came around and he said, your brother had a chocolate croissant. Do you want one?
Oh my god!
And I was like, no, I'm okay. I'll have sourdough. And he said, you sure? Your brother seemed really excited. I was like, no, he's fine. I just want sourdough. And he said, okay.
you didn't want to say that's my sister, but thanks anyway.
No, because I felt really bad because I didn't want to say anything because I was like, okay, well, it's like correcting somebody on their grammar.
Yeah. Correcting like
And,
an adult too is
I
not always.
watched
Yeah.
Love, Simon, and it was so good.
It was good.
Isla, the whole, okay. Isla, so the whole trip,
the whole trip,
the
people.
entire trip,
The whole trip.
the entire trip, I
The
was telling
whole
her to
trip.
read this book.
No!
I said, Isla, you're going to love this book. You're going to be obsessed with it. And she wouldn't read it. She said, I'll read it on the flight back home from Australia.
What's the name of the book?
6 of Crows.
Uh-huh.
So I kept telling her, Isla, you are going to love this book. You have to read it. Please read it. So she was like, no, I'm going to read it on the flight back. And I said, I don't trust you because if you don't read it, then you're never going to read it when you get home.
I like Cinder better, so.
Yeah, thanks. Well, anyway, she read it on the flight there. Every 5 or 10 minutes, she'd like start smacking me or start smacking like my tray and go, oh my God, oh my God. Like she'd mouth it and I'd turn and say once. She's like, I ship it. I ship it. I ship it hard.
She ships everybody.
Every 5 minutes. So she said, you know what? I'm taking a break and I'm going to this other book. She read the other book for like a couple of minutes, not very long. And I said, see, I told you you'd love that book. And then she asked me, okay, what movies should I watch? And I watched Love, Simon on the way to Bali or
Yeah.
the way to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And I said, watch Love, Simon. I liked that movie. It was really good.
Yeah.
So Isla watched Love, Simon. And the entire time she was shrunk back in the back of her chair and she was like scrunched up into a little ball watching it. She was hugging the pillow really tight. She was like, and then she started like, at the very end, it's like, you figure out who somebody is. Like there's like a mystery person and you figure out who it is. And I watched Isla's face and she went, and then she didn't breathe for like 5 minutes. And then they kissed at the end, and she goes, like she started screaming. I said, Isla, this is a plane. You can't scream. And then we watched 5 Feet Apart, and I started bawling, and Isla had no heart. Isla just watched with a blank face at the saddest part. I was crying uncontrollably in my seat that I had to bury my head in my
Oh
pillow.
my god.
And Isla just looked at it like nothing.
oh,
Like nothing happened.
she's a cold-hearted snake.
I started smiling. It was really sad, but
It
it was
was.
sweet.
It was sad and sweet.
Yeah, and then she's like, wait, what happened?
Well, sad and sweet.
Well, it was.
So, what's your takeaway from Australia?
I liked Australia
And
a
that
lot.
kangaroos.
You like kangaroos?
I like kangaroos.
So what's your takeaway?
It feels like London and San Francisco.
Oh, interesting.
I don't understand what San Francisco
Because San
is.
Francisco had like a bunch of those really steep hills, and it also had like a bunch of the stuff you'd see in San Francisco.
It's
But it-
waterfront.
Yeah, and it reminded me of London a little bit because it was like kind of cold, and the people kind of dressed like they did in London, and some of the stuff, like some of the stores, looked like London, and I really liked London.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like a version of London and San Francisco.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Which part did you like better, Bali or Australia?
I liked Australia.
You liked Australia better? That's so fascinating. I thought you guys would like Bali better.
No, I liked Australia better.
Been to,
Why do you think that is?
well, because Bali was like Hawaii and Australia was like London. We've been Hawaii to a lot of times, and then we've been to London once. And I liked Australia more because more people spoke English.
Yeah.
And I could understand what they were saying.
Yeah. Was it hard for you to understand people in Bali?
Yeah, because that first tour guide was like, "Do you want a statue?" And I was like, "You're like what?" And he looked up a picture of a statue, and he was
showed
like,
it to you.
"Statue."
Well, you know, in Bali, every kid learns English in elementary school. They have to take English classes all through school. So almost everyone speaks English in Bali. They just have kind of a heavier accent. I think it's harder for you to understand what they're saying.
I don't know, Bali was kind of uncomfortable because like you would wear pants and a shirt and you'd be hot.
Yeah.
But if you wore shorts, then you'd feel too cold. So it's just kind of uncomfortable. Because if you wore shorts, you'd get eaten by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So you had to wear pants.
Yep.
And I was like,
And Australia was more comfortable.
yeah. Cause I think this was cold.
So Australia's the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
bought these shorts in Bali.
Well, I had already been to Australia. I enjoyed being in Australia with you guys. And I really liked Bali a lot. I like seeing things that I haven't seen before. So I liked Bali better for this trip, but only because I hadn't seen it before. It was beautiful. So if you had to choose the next place for us to go,
Oh, Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Switzerland. I want to be a leprechaun.
Leprechauns are in Ireland.
You're wrong.
Switzerland or Ireland?
I want to go to the place where they have the braids, and it's in like Charlie's Angels, and it's like Switzerland.
With the Lederhausen? That's
No.
Germany.
Wait,
You're confused. You want to go to Europe? Somewhere in
Yes,
Europe.
you
Yeah.
do.
Okay, you. What about you?
I don't know.
You don't know? No
I think
idea.
Switzerland or Ireland.
Oh yeah. Same. Interesting. So maybe
I
we'll
want to
have
go to Egypt.
You do?
No, you don't.
I would love to go to Egypt,
You're
but I
gonna
think
get
it's a little bit
kidnapped.
dangerous for white folks to go to Egypt.
I could go and be kidnapped.
I think it would be amazing. I would love to
I
go.
would want to go so I could see the
Pyramids of Giza,
pyramids of Giza and
Sphinx?
the nosed.
Sphinx.
the Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx.
That would be amazing. I would like that too.
Yeah.
Well, I had a great trip with you guys. It
I
was
want to
really
go to
fun.
that place where it's like a circle of rocks.
Oh,
Stonehenge? That's in Ireland, I think.
Switzerland.
no, Ila.
No, it's not in Switzerland. It's in
Switzerland.
Ireland,
Dad said
I
there were a
think.
bunch of castles in Switzerland.
I think he's right. He would know,
Isn't
probably.
it like
I
Game
wouldn't
of Thrones? If you guys would let me watch.
know. Oh, goodness. You are too young to watch Game of Thrones.
I want to.
You are. There's too much violence and too much sex in that for you. It's way too. You got to be 18.
freaked out in Rocket Man, then I don't think
You
you'll
got to be
okay.
18. All right. Well, any final comments about our vacation?
Switzerland.
We have 2 more vacations this summer. I'm exhausted already just thinking about it.
Stonehenge is in England.
Stonehenge is in England.
It is?
Wait.
Wiltshire.
Wiltshire, England.
We could have gone singing it.
So we go to Papa Jay's to the lake, and we're going to La Jolla with Nana and Papa.
I get to ride a jet ski.
Yes, you do.
You don't.
She gets to ride one with me. Oh, we have a good time, don't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I had a great trip with you guys. Thanks for talking to me about it on the podcast.
Yeah, you know, I make it better.
You do make it better. I don't know what I do without you on the reg, George.
I know it's gonna kill your ratings.
Oh, and George is now obsessed with 5 stars. She's not.
Five stars?
Yeah.
Oh, I 5-starred Isla. Or no. Okay, so a 5-star. Isla, come here. Let me show.
No.
A 5-star is where you go like this on someone's thigh.
Ow.
And it leaves like your handprint. So it's called a 5-star. And I 3-starred Isla on the leg because I went like this and only 3 of my fingerprints. And it wasn't even that hard. She threw a temper tantrum. She was like, Yoria, you might hear me, Yoria. And I said, Isla, it's not that bad. She said, Yoria, you 5-star me. So I took a video of it. It was pretty funny.
Sounds
So I really
amazing.
want to 5-star her again.
Sisterly love.
Isla, can I do it again,
No.
please? not?
That
No,
hurt.
it didn't. You're fine. Poor baby.
Not very cool, huh?
It was very fun
One
for
night,
me.
Caterpillar.
Well, thank you for talking about this on my podcast. Okay. I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you, Isla.
Oh my God, you said it finally.